While if you want to share this live streaming link with your parents, your friends, or your colleagues, or anyone, you could just you could send them a picture. They can easily scan it, or you can send them this link that's displayed here. So you can take the picture of this slide. I mean, this has just the barcode, so it'll be easier for you to share this. Scan it, they'll be able to access it. Because typing
Hello, check. Hello.
I'm Smita Polite, your co-host for today. It is my privilege today to be present here with all our esteemed guests for the preview of Q&I. We are grateful for your presence today, which marks the culmination of our efforts in building India's first and only learning platform that follows a unique assessment-led learning approach. We will be sharing this radically different approach with you through the various sessions that we have planned for today. Before we get into the details of Q&I, I will request our Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Vinay Singh, to say a few words. Mr. Vinay is the ED and CEO at Thomson Digital. He's also on the board of group companies within India Today Group and Thomson Press. He's responsible for strategic direction and overall growth of all the units of Thomson Digital in India, Mauritius, and the US. Under his leadership, Thomson Digital established itself as one of the most prominent solution providers in the international publishing world. His focus now is on providing transformative solutions in the domestic edtech space, utilizing the company's rich legacy of educational content and technology. So.
Very good morning, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to welcome you this morning and to host you for the next couple of hours. We have put together a platform Ms. Polite briefly touched upon. It's been done with the brains drawn from IIT graduates and people who have qualified NEET. They've worked tirelessly for at least over 2.5 years to put this together. We indeed call it disruptive and a path-breaking solution, not just a platform, because we have somehow reversed the game. We've changed the game, or tried to change the game for your benefit. We will take you through the benefits of the platform and why we call it a path-breaking and a disruptive platform altogether. So next 2 hours will be exciting. Please participate in it. Make it interactive. Please ask your questions and doubts. They are very valuable to us because that's how we learn from it. We have, in the journey of making of this platform, got the support and participation of over 1,000 students and academicians across the country, those who are already preparing for these exams, those who have qualified these exams, and have been also been teachers and academicians themselves. So this is very exciting. This is your platform. Enjoy it and share all your thoughts and ideas behind it. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will now request Akash, who's our academic head at Q&I, to take us through the journey of building Q&I and give us a preview of the platform. Akash studied at IIT Kanpur and has over the last 12 years mentored several students, helping them get through competitive exams. And among the students he has closely mentored, many have actually secured the top 10 JEE rank. Akash, over to you.
Hello. Am I audible? Yes. Good morning, dear esteemed guests, principals, and educators. My name is Akash Gautam. I graduated from IIT Kanpur in 2010. And for the past 12 years, I have been training students for IIT JEE. And I have been fortunate enough to be in contact of some very bright students who have qualified the examination with not just under 100, but also under 10 ranks. So today we will be starting this session talking about a bit of the experiences that I have had as a student, because I have gone through the rigor of the preparation that probably you all might be aspiring for. And also I bring along with me the experience of a tutor. And for the past 12 years, I have, seen students right from the beginning of their journey of these preparation. The first day that they enter into the classroom and to the end of their journey as, getting admission into one of their dream IIT colleges. So just to talk about, a perspective, these competitive examinations that we are talking about, like IIT JEE and NEET, the number of applicants, if you see, In engineering entrance examination itself, it's around 13, 14 lakhs, out of which only 10,000, do get the opportunity to get into their dream college. And when we talk about the NEET examination, so it's around 20 lakh students, around 20 lakh students are appearing for this examination, and out of which around 1 lakh students do get, their desired college. Now, when we see these figures, it appears to be very challenging, very difficult, very, cutthroat competition, isn't it? Like, how many students do you, feel scared just about, watching these figures? Like, out of 12 lakh students, I have to be into the top 10,000. Does this, picture give you a little bit of stress? If yes, raise your hands. Yeah, okay. And it is practically, very understandable as well. Now let's, try to see it with a different perspective. This year's IIT JEE Advanced cutoff was only 18%. So in the examination, the student who got 18% marks was eligible to get admission into IIT. Now tell me, after, seeing this figure, how many of you are still scared and still, unsure that I won't be able to get 18% of marks? Anyone? So a lot has changed just by looking the competition and examination with a different perspective. The whole idea of stress, the whole idea of competition now seems very achievable, isn't it? Because it's just 18% marks that we need to have in order to get admission into the IITs. And after preparing for around 2 years and someone maybe 3 years, does it feel that it is something that cannot be achieved? I want to ask the students, do you feel that it is something that cannot be achieved? No, it is. Now, as I said, that, changing the perspective, changes a lot of things in our mindset as well. So that is what we as a platform, do provide. Change the perspective, change the way that you prepare. If you try to change it slightly even, then also it will give you a lot of confidence, right? There will be no stress, there will be no challenges. You will be more comfortable, more confident. Okay, just before going forward, I want to have an interaction with the students, because I have been a tutor and I feel more comfortable when there are students around me. So I want to ask you that if anyone has a favorite subject, whether they are preparing for engineering entrance, so it will be math, physics and chemistry, and if you are preparing for your NEET examination, so it will be math, physics, botany and zoology, right? So out of all the subjects that you are studying, do you have a favorite subject? Please raise your hands if you have a favorite among the 3 or the 4 that you are studying. Great. So you guys do not have any favorite subject? मतलब उसका क्या मतलब समझूं? कि सारे favorite हैं या कोई भी favorite नहीं है? Tell me.
After 10th standard, the perspective kind of changes.
Yeah, okay.
Till 10th standard, every subject is kind of new.
So you are saying that all the 3 or all the 4 that you are studying are your favorites? Give him the mic.
So it's the other way around. Till 10th, like every subject isn't that hard.
Yeah.
But once you start studying for 11th standard or 12th standard, just try to prepare for any competitive exam. The perspective kind of changes. Once you see the questions, it's like kind of an anxiety attack that you get.
Okay.
And I guess everybody would relate.
So the people or the students who did not raise their hands, so I may safely assume that none of the subjects are their favorites. Okay, no issues. You told me that you have a favorite subject. So which one is it?
Zoology.
Zoology. Anyone, and someone from here also said that you have a favorite subject. You can speak loudly. Maths, great. So obviously you know, when you are preparing for these competitive examinations, the challenging ones obviously, you do develop this, you know, one of the subjects becomes your favorite. Now I would also like to ask you, when does a subject, like why do you like zoology and why is it, give me a mic if possible, give it to me. So why do you think and why do you feel like zoology is your favorite subject?
Because it's very interesting. Like, it's all about humans, animals. I
Okay.
come to know what's going inside me, probably. So I love that subject.
Okay, so, and with respect to the competition that you are preparing, it is also a favorite subject?
Yes.
Because you are able to solve
Score,
a lot of
yeah.
questions, you score very, you know, highly in that subject.
Yes.
So, yeah, so the point that I wanted to, you know, highlight here is, see, any subject becomes our favorite or, you know, we tend to start liking it when we start solving questions in that particular subject on our own, right? So if zoology is her favorite subject, that means she is able to solve all the questions on her own without any external help. If mathematics is his favorite subject, he is able to solve all the questions of mathematics without any external help needed, right? And now let's talk about a different perspective also. Now, usually in these preparation journeys that student, you know, are walking right now, they tend to study more the subject that they like the more, isn't it? You spend more time on zoology, you must be spending more time on mathematics because you are liking it, right? So there is a question that is, you know, right there in the front. One is, what do you want to study? And what do you need to study to qualify the examination? Now, there is a huge difference. It might not be a case that the subjects that you want to study are the only ones who are, which are going to come in the examination. So you also need to have a clear vision of what you need to study in order to qualify for the examination, because there are 3 more subjects that you have to, you know, put your focus on, and there are 2 more that you have to put your focus on. So it should be a balanced effort, right? Now, I was highlighting this point because, see, when you start solving your question on your own, then the subject automatically becomes your favorite, right? Now, why does it happen that we are not able to solve a particular subject or, you know, questions from a particular subject on our own? Because there might be many different reasons. One of the reasons could be that we do not understand the concepts of it. The second reason could be that we have understood the concept, but we are not able to apply it. The third reason could be that even if we have understood the concept, we also know how to apply it, but we are not able to understand the question itself and then what exactly it is asking, and there might be different reasons around it, right? When you are not feeling yourself confident in solving questions. Now imagine, now I also want to ask the students here that how many of you feel that your homeworks is something that is always, you know, there is always a pile up, you are not able to complete your homework someday and then there is a backlog. Do you all have backlogs in your homeworks? Yes, okay. Now I'll present 2 scenarios with you. Imagine a day when you sat with your homework and for the first 5-6 questions you solved it without any help and very confidently. I think that day you must be able to complete your homework, isn't it? And the second scenario could be that when you sat with your homework, you started, you know, solving questions, and the first 5 questions you were not able to solve. I think that day it is very difficult to complete the homework. Am I right? Yes. So the reason I am pointing out these, because I understand you very well because I have been with you students for the past 12 years and I have seen the challenges, the difficulties that you usually face. In fact, when I go back and see my journey as a student, we had different set of challenges. These challenges were obviously were there, but we have some different set of challenges as well, right? But since now we are in an era where where technology is available to solve a lot of the challenges that we have, but we feel that the technology could be used in a much better way, in a much more effective way, because see the stress whenever technology is used, the efficiency with which any work, if technology is involved in any part of life, the efficiency and the comfort basically increases. But has it increased the efficiency and comfort? Has it increased for you guys? I don't think so, because I could see the same set of challenges that I had in 2006. In 2005, I could see that you also are facing the same set of challenges, right? So what we have tried to bring here is a platform which will basically which will help you in getting your preparation journey a little less stressful and little more confident, right? So I'll try to give a brief demo and presentation of what exactly is our platform about, how does it work, and how it can help you in preparing for these examinations in a much more comfortable and much more confident way. And see, all I understand is if you start enjoying your preparation journey, then ultimately it becomes less stressful and you also feel a lot more confident, right? So we have already talked about this, the number of students appearing, the number of students qualifying. That is basically giving you a perspective of, it is very challenging, but also I also shared with you the other perspective of looking at the examination as well, right? Now, here are some words on the screen. I would like to ask the students if they could identify with any of the words, any of the emotions which are here on the screen. If yes, then please, with a raise of hands, you can say that, yes, I could identify with one or more of these words and emotions. I could see, let the hands be seen by others as well, right? Okay. Now, if you see all these words, majority of these words, do have sort of a negative connotation, right? But how do you, prepare yourself so that these all negative connotations which are there are not going to, prove a hindrance or prove a hurdle in your journey of preparation? That is what the whole idea of us getting the platform ready is all about. Now let's try to understand the reasons behind it. So, main reason that you feel anxious and you feel little underconfident and little overstressed with your preparation journey is you are unable to identify your strengths and weaknesses. Now, when I say strengths and weaknesses, it's not just about, I am strong in geology and weak in chemistry, right? And I am strong in mathematics and weak in physics. It's not like that. When I say weaknesses, now there could be a scenario that you are not able to solve a question of physics, right? But what is that one particular reason, or what is the exact reason because of which you are not able to solve questions of physics? Let's consider a scenario that I think in both NEET preparation and JEE preparation, physics is a common subject that we study. And when I was preparing for it, I had always a problem in rotational mechanics. How many of you do still have that problem? You haven't studied yet. Okay, no issues. I could see that, yes. So I was not able to solve questions of rotational mechanics when I was preparing for it. Now, when I tried to understand the reason, obviously I had to spend a lot of time to understand the exact reason why I am not able to solve questions of rotational mechanics. Because whenever I tried to seek help from my tutors and my friends and my colleagues, they said, nahi ban raha hai, to fir se padho. You go and study more of rotational mechanics. But then when I tried to get into the details of it, it was not the concepts of physics that was actually a problem for me. Right? I was facing a problem in rotational mechanics because of the mathematics which was involved inside it. There is a lot of calculus which is involved, especially the integration part. So I was not very good at integration, and that is why I was not able to solve the questions of rotational mechanics. So the problem was completely, different from the physics subject altogether. Now imagine if you could isolate these gaps and these challenges that you usually face in each of the subjects and in each of the chapters, let alone subjects. You can go down to the chapter level and you can see that why exactly you are not able to solve the questions of this particular chapter. Let's consider, one chapter of mathematics. Let us say quadratic equation. If you are not able to solve the questions of quadratic equation, now it might not be the possibility that you do not understand quadratic equation at all. It might be that one concept or two concepts which you need to go and revisit and revise again in order to gain the confidence. It might be a possibility that you are not able to solve the questions of quadratic equation because you are still stuck at somewhere understanding the nature of roots completely. If you understand the nature of roots completely, you will be able to solve the questions of quadratic equation much more confidently. So that sort of insights which will be able to tell you that what is your strength and what exactly are the absolute weaknesses that you have that you need to overcome in order to be successful in this examination. Now, the second is no clear path to success, because see, path to success for one individual could not be your path to success. Like, for example, if I am a successful student and I have qualified IIT JEE, so the path that I chose for my preparation need not to suit your preparation journey, right? Because my situation, my challenges, my social constraints and all other factors are completely different from yours, right? So you have to have a clear path of success for your successful journey. It is not that there is a streamlined path that I'll follow and I'll ultimately reach to my goal, right? It has to be customized to your particular needs, and that is what is missing. Don't get personalized feedback. Now, when I say personalized feedback is, see, you do get personalized feedback, but when you have that one-to-one relation and that one-to-one, tutoring available for you so that you get exact personalized feedback that you want to. But it is not on scale. Like, if you are attending a lecture in a class of, let us say, 40, 50 students, it is very, difficult even for the tutor who is taking your classes to give personalized feedback to each and every individual, because manually it is impossible, right? So that is what is missing. If you start getting these feedbacks so that you will be able to, understand the challenges and then ultimately overcome, then it is going to be much more effective. Not able to see the daily progress made with your efforts. Now, the reason why I am saying is, see, you need to understand, if you could, get this idea of all the efforts that that you put in, like today. Let us say, for example, you have, studied today for around 6 hours. Now, if you could have a clear idea of that after studying 6 hours, how close have I, moved towards my goal? Have I or have I not, right? So if you start getting these insights, then obviously, like for example, if you have studied for 6 hours today, and if you could see that you have gone, let us say, 10% closer to your success journey, then obviously the next day you will be more motivated towards putting in the similar kind of efforts, right? So again, if these sort of insights is available, then obviously you'll feel more motivated to put in more hours the next day. No clear information on where you stand in the peer group. When I say peer group, like all the 12 lakh students who are appearing for the competitive examinations of JEE, and all the 20 lakh students who are appearing for their NEET examinations, if you could have a clear idea that out of all the 20 lakh students or 12 lakh students, today I am at, let us say, 50,000. So how much more I need to improve in order to get myself into that 10,000 or 10,000 odd ranks. So if you could have that insight, then obviously you'll see, you'll feel more motivated towards achieving it, right? So what exactly you need in order to be more confident in your preparation journey, and you start enjoying your preparation journey as well? What if there was someone who could let you know your strengths and weaknesses right down to a subject, chapter, and topic level? That is what I said. If you are weak in a particular subject, then what are the chapters that are basically causing these weaknesses? And if you have identified the chapter, let's go down to the topic levels, that what are the topics which is making the chapter weak? And if you have also identified the topics, let's go down to the concept level and see what exactly are the concepts that I need to revisit, revise, and master in order to overcome the weaknesses that I've had. What if there was someone who could understand your level of preparation first and then craft a plan of action for you? As I said, that every individual is different, right? My way of learning, my way of consuming knowledge is going to be different from yours. So the way I need to study, the way I need to approach my preparation journey should be different from yours. For example, let us say I was good at mathematics. I was not very good at physics. Now in the current curriculum that we have dedicated number of hours for each of the subjects. 2 घंटे math पढ़ना है, 2 घंटे physics पढ़ना है, 2 घंटे chemistry पढ़ना है. अब मेरी maths already अच्छी है, 2 घंटे की चीज I can easily cover in 1.5 hours. So the time that I could save, I could have given to the subject that was actually a little challenging for me, say physics. तो मैं 2 घंटे maths न पढ़ के बल्कि 1 घंटे में वो सारा काम आराम से कर लूंगा जो मैं 2 घंटे में वैसे भी करने वाला था. So I'll give that 1 hour to physics more. Till the time I feel comfortable, till the time I feel confident in physics. Like in examination, जब आप examination में ही जाते हो, when you go and appear in any of these examinations or any examination at your level, when there are multiple subjects in the examination, तो वहाँ पे what exactly we do? We try to solve the topics or subjects that we are very confident in quickly, then save some time there and try to give that time to the subjects that are actually challenging for us. So shouldn't it be applied to the way we prepare also? We should be giving more time to the subjects that are actually troubling us. So that is what we say, that if you have your, if someone could have that understanding and then craft that personalized learning journey for you, that could have been much more effective. Give you a detailed and in-depth feedback that's specific to you. We have already talked about it. Show you that your preparations are headed in the right direction, and if there was someone who could let you know where you stand in comparison to your peers, is something that you absolutely need to have your journey a little less stressful and more confident. So here we Q&I, and you can visit www.qnitoday.com to access this application. And for the students who are here in the classroom, and you can also tell your friends and family members who are actually preparing for these examinations, especially JEE and NEET, that we are basically providing a 14-day free trial for any student who wants to, explore the platform, see what it is capable of and how it can help you in your preparation journey. So please do note this URL, go and log in today itself and start using it and see how it can be helpful for you. So it is a 14-day free trial for everyone, so do get started. Yeah, it is. The URL is also there mentioned in your brochures as well. So quickly, what I'll do is, I'll take you to the platform directly and try to show you that how exactly it works. So as soon as a student logs in on the platform, sign-ups on the platform, this is the page that you get. Now there are four important aspects. But when I say four important aspects, these are not the only aspects that are there. This is just about a brief demonstration of the product that I am going to do for you. But it has a very, very advanced capabilities when I take you through the platform. So the first aspect of it is that we understand that every child is unique. So are his learning needs, so are his challenges, so are his difficulties. And we try to give a personalized path on how exactly the student should, prepare for this examination in order to be successful. Now when I say we do provide a personalized path, it is impossible without knowing the student first. If I do not know you, I cannot suggest any personalized action for you that is specific for just you only. So I have to understand and I have to know you first. So what the platform does is, it provides you with a personalized preparation assessment. Now it is sort of a diagnostic test that the platform basically asks you to complete. Now for engineering aspirants, this is a diagnostic test of 75 questions in 3 hours. For medical aspirants who are preparing for NEET, so they will be getting around 100 questions for 3 hours that you need to complete. And once you complete this personalized preparation assessment, which is a diagnostic test as I told you, the platform will be able to understand that what exactly are your learning levels in different topics and in different subjects across different chapters, right? So all you need to do is, you need to take this diagnostic assessment and I'm not going to complete it, it's just for the demo purpose, and you submit this test. So you'll be able to see that how many questions have you answered, how many questions have you unanswered. So if you want to go back and revisit your test once again, you can do that, or else you can submit your test. Now as soon as you submit your test, in the real time you'll be able to see how much marks have you scored. Right? What is the number of questions that you did correctly, what is the number of questions that you did wrong, and how many questions you left unattempted. So you'll get your score analysis then and there itself. Apart from which, you will be able to see that what were the topics which were covered in this particular test, how many questions were there, and how many you did correctly and how many you did incorrectly, and how many of them you did not attempt. So you will be able to see it that way. You can always go and review your test and review your questions. So suppose if you have attempted one of the questions incorrectly, you can go and see that what is the correct explanation of that particular answer or that particular question. But the beauty is not here. When you see this view details section, you'll be able to see that how many people have got this question correctly or have submitted the answer of this question correctly. And what was the topic? The knowledge of which topic was required in order to solve this particular question. But we do not stop at the topic itself. We also let you know that what was the concept which was required in order to solve this particular question. And there's one more thing that is that we tell you is what was the learning skill required in order to solve this question. I'll be talking about learning skill a little bit later. But you will be able to exactly understand that if you are not able to solve this question, what was the concept that you want to go and revisit and see that what is that one thing that I want to go and revise in order to solve this particular question. So you'll be able to understand that. So after you complete this personalized preparation assessment, the system basically identifies the engine, the AI and the machine learning engine, artificial intelligence and machine learning that we have inbuilt inside the system will understand that where exactly are your learning levels in different subjects, different chapters and different topics, right? And because of which a matrix is created just for you. Now this will basically let you see that what are the topics of strengths that you have, what are the topics which are not basically strengths, but which could be converted into strengths by just sparing a little more time on them. What are the topics that are your absolute weaknesses where you have done a lot of mistakes, and what are the topics which are not exactly weaknesses, but they could be your weaknesses in the next 10 or 12 days if you do not address them right there and then and there itself. So you will be able to go and see that what are the weaknesses that I have and what is the respective proficiencies that I have based on the diagnostic assessment or personalized preparation assessment that the platform has given to you. So you'll be able to see that what are the proficiencies that I have gained in each of the topics that are considered to be my weaknesses. So now the platform basically has a clear understanding of who you are and where you are. And basis that, the platform is going to calibrate its adaptive engine. Now when I say adaptive engine, the second part of the platform or second pillar of the platform is your personalized learning journey. And how do we provide that? Is through custom practice sessions. Now, you all might agree that learning of a student basically starts when they start applying the concept that they have learned in class to solve questions. Then only they actually start using the concept. When they start using the concept that they have learned in class and start solving questions, then only the concepts starts solidifying in their mind, and that is what is going to help them in ultimately solve the questions of the competitive exam that they are preparing. So you get a custom practice session where the topics that were identified your weaknesses, you can start from there, right? Suppose if you want to practice the entire mathematics because you are at that stage of your preparation where your syllabus is over, right? And if you want to start practicing the entire mathematics subject, you can take this full practice. Or if you want to practice a particular chapter, you can select that particular chapter and start practicing, or you can also break that chapter into small topics, and then you can start practicing. Just giving you a hypothetical scenario, let us say in my classroom today, I completed this topic, basics of algebra of complex numbers, basics and algebra of complex numbers. And I want to start practicing it today itself. So I'll come to the platform, I'll select this topic and start my practice session. Now all these practice sessions that you have are adaptive in nature. Now when I say adaptive, because now the platform has understood that where exactly are your learning levels. So when you start this practice session, the questions that the platform starts giving you is, is going to start from the level that you are at. And then only it will gradually elevate it to the ultimate level where you actually need to be in order to, qualify for these examinations. Now, why is it necessary? Because if you'll remember, I asked a question to all of you that when your homework remains incomplete and when your homework, is completed in a day, and you all answered that when the first 5-6 questions, if I am able to solve it without any external help, I get confidence, and that day I am able to complete my homework. But on the other way around, if I am not able to solve the questions, first few questions without any external help, that day I am not able to solve or not able to complete the entire homework, right? The reason is, see, first you have to understand that the level that you are at, let us say if I am a student and I have a very basic understanding of a particular concept, so I should be, subjected, or I should be given questions in such a way that first my basics are, solidified, then gradually, move me upwards towards, the second level where I am able to solve a relatively more complex questions, and then when that level is complete, then, elevate me to a level where the questions are, at the level where the examinations usually ask, like the JEE and the NEET. So this is what the fundamental that we have on our platform. We try to, give you questions which will basically, let your basics be strong first, then gradually take you to the level where you are able to do a little more complex problems, and then ultimately to a level where you will be able to solve the questions of the competitive examinations. But it is not just the 3 steps that I described. It is not just simple, medium, and difficult, because we understand that between simple and medium, there are a lot of levels that we need to qualify. Between medium and difficult, there are a lot of levels that we need to, catch up in order to be at the apex, right? So what we have done is we have not just, classified our questions into just simple, medium, and difficult. We have multiple levels of simple, multiple levels of medium, and multiple levels of complex, so that your learning journey is very smooth. And so it is very important that your confidence, grows with each question that you solve, because see, in examination, preparation is just one part of it. How confident you are on your preparation is also going to factor when you appear for these examinations. So what I have seen with the career that I've had in teaching is, a student having covered entire 100% of a syllabus, but with only 60-70% of confidence, is less likely to make it to the examination as compared to a student who has covered his 70% of the syllabus with 100% of the confidence. They have a more, fair chance in qualifying the examination as compared to previous ones. So confidence is also something that is going to be a very essential element in your preparation journey. So once you start, attempting these questions based on the response that you submit, the next question is going to be served to you. So if you have answered it correctly, the next question is going to come on the basis of that. If you have answered it wrong, the next question is going to come on the basis of that. There are 2 important aspects to having this adaptive test is, first, the platform will try to keep you at a level unless it feels that you are now confident at that particular level, and then it will graduate to the next level. The second aspect of it is, the different questions that you will be getting here is also going to help the platform understand that where exactly the challenge lies. If you are not able to solve the questions of this particular topic, so what are the challenges in the concepts that you might be having, which the platform will be later highlighting it to you. So If you are not able to solve, or if you are not able to get marks in this particular test or in this particular practice session, what were the shortcomings that you need to go and revisit once again, and that will be basically populated in the matrix that I showed, the 4-quadrant matrix that is there. So as I said, you will be able to submit this test and you will be able to see your result right then and there itself. You will be able to see that how much marks have you scored, how much correct, how much incorrect, not attempted, and you can always go and review these questions and see what is the correct explanation, how exactly the question needs to be solved, right? And you can also see the details, that what were the concepts which were required in this particular question, and how you could have solved this question more in a correct way without making any mistake. So you can see that those insights here. So this was about the custom practice session that you have. Apart from this, you also get an opportunity when you are at the end stage of your preparation. The system gives you mock exams. Now in these mock exams, these mock exams are basically you can say the replica of how exactly the IIT JEE asks questions. So we have done a lot of analysis around what is the composition of our IIT JEE paper, and that we have factored in, and you will be getting mock exams based on that. And the beauty of it is you will be able to take unlimited mock exams. So it is not just 1, 2, or 3 mock tests that you can take. You can always take, generate a mock exam one for yourself, and it will be on the pattern that JEE Mains usually asks, there are 2 sections, and similarly for NEET, the pattern, the NEET has been following the most recent pattern that the NEET usually follows is what you will be getting in your NEET examination as well. So exact same pattern, same composition of the paper that usually these examinations have is what you are going to get, and you can generate unlimited mock exams for you. And the best part of it is, see, we usually prepare in groups, like 3, 4 friends, we usually prepare in groups. So even 4 or 5 friends, you decide one day, let's take mock exam. So all 5 of you, when you generate a mock exam for yourself, all 5 of you will be getting a different mock exam. So in a class of 50 students, if 50 students start this mock exam at the same time, every one of them will be getting a different paper. But the composition remains same, the flavor remains same, right? The requirement of the examination remains same. So you will be able to keep taking mock exams till the time you feel confident and you feel like, okay, and now I am prepared for my examination. So I'll just quickly submit this, and you'll get your results immediately, and you'll be able to see that how many questions have you done and how many of them you left unattempted. And even you can see that which were the topics you were able to solve the questions from, and which were the topics you were not able to solve the questions from. You also get previous year exams. You can select any of the previous year examinations, like 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2022, any of the year you can select, and you can take the JEE paper as it was served in the examination, in form of an examination. So if you have completed your syllabus, if you have taken enough mock tests, and now if you want to test yourself in the real examination scenario, that how exactly I am performing, nothing is better than taking the previous year examinations as in form of a test itself, right? So they are going to be the absolute bar, or you can say benchmark, where you can compare yourself. Now the third aspect of the platform is the deep analytics. So as I said, now if you keep solving questions on the platform, this is how you will progress. You will have enough topics in your strength, opportunities, hurdles, and weaknesses. And you can see your subject performances. Just at a glance, you can see that how exactly my subject performances are going in each of the 3 or 4 subjects, right? 3 for engineering and 4 for NEET examination. So you can clearly see here itself that if I am, falling behind in any one of the subjects, by how much, and how exactly, I am doing in the other 3. So now if you want to see the analytics in detail, you can always go and see that, let us say, if I want to see how exactly I am doing in physics. So you can see that what are the core learning abilities that you have. Now, I said that I'll be talking about the core learning abilities or core learning skills a little later. So see, in order to prepare for examinations, there are 4 core learning skills that we identified are absolute essentials for the students to have. One is knowledge. Now, knowledge is your ability to recall your factual information like formula, the essential information that is absolutely needed in order to solve that particular question. So this is knowledge. Application is your ability to execute or implement the information provided. Like, there are obviously, in order to solve a question, there are some information provided in the question. Now, how exactly you use that information in order to solve the question is what is application about. Comprehension is your ability to understand the meaning correctly and interpret the instruction and problems. Many a times I have seen students, having this problem of that they are not able to understand what exactly the question was saying, and they understood it completely differently and answered the question completely differently as in what it was intended by the question, right? So there also lies a problem. Evaluation is basically your ability to understand the complex information by breaking into a parts. Like, for example, there are questions where are multiple concepts involved. Now you have to decipher each of the concepts separately and then use it collectively to get the answer. So that is what evaluation is. So these are the 4 essential skills, core learning skills that you need to have. And the platform basically lets you understand that in mathematics, your evaluation skill is only at, your accuracy in your evaluation skill is only 67%. So you have to, relatively work on this particular skill, and similarly for the other ones as well, right? If you want to go and see in detail that how exactly I am doing in all the chapters, you can go and click expand here, and you can see that, okay, in physics, dimension and measurement, I am 100% proficient. In basic mathematics, I am 100% proficient. Motion in a straight line, I am only at 55%. Motion in a plane, I am at 81% proficiency. Now, if I see motion in a plane, I am at 81% proficiency, I will be inclined to, put a little bit more time here and try to make it 100%. Now, without the information of where exactly I need to put the time in, you will go and start studying motion in a plane right from scratch in order to make it 100% proficient. But now you need not to do that, because when you expand this, you will be able to see that if I had an 81% proficiency in motion in a plane, what was that one topic because of which it was happening? So I can see that projectile motion, I am 100% proficient. So I do not need to go and solve questions from projectile motion. Circular motion, again I am 100% proficient. But I had a lesser proficiency in this particular chapter because of relative motion and general 2D motion. So all I need to go and solve questions or understand the concept of is relative motion and general 2D motion, right? So the idea here is you have to use your time more efficiently. You have to use your time in understanding and working towards the topics or the challenges that are actually your weaknesses, and by putting your time, you will be able to gain the most out of it. The concepts, the chapters, the topics which you are already good at, right? So just putting extra time on it for revision is all right, but right from scratch and going through each and every concept will be relatively not that effective for you, right? The return of investment will be not that much, right? So here the platform will exactly tell you that what is that one topic that let's see mechanical properties of fluids also. I'm at 83% proficiency. What is that? What are the topics that I need to go and see once more? So here you can see that out of all the topics which are there in mechanical fluids, properties of fluids, I'm already proficient in all of them. But the only thing that is making me little bit less proficient is fluid in uniformly accelerated motion. So all I need to do is take care of this particular topic and I'm totally good in this entire chapter. So this is the level of analytics and this is the level of details that you get, that you'll be able to understand exactly which topic that you need to go and study in order to be more proficient in that entire chapter and ultimately the entire subject. Apart from this, we also let you understand, see, there are two important aspects of examination. One is obviously the core learning skills, the way you consume knowledge, and the second is the strategic skills. Because giving examination is a different ball game altogether, right? How you make your strategies in the examination hall is also going to decide that whether you are able to make it in or not. Acha, since we have a lot of students here, have you ever had a circumstance or had a situation where you were not able to complete the entire paper? कभी ऐसा हुआ है? कितने लोगों के साथ हुआ है? मेरे साथ बहुत हुआ है. मेरे साथ बहुत हुआ है. In the given time, I was not able to complete the entire paper. और कितने लोगों के साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि जो क्वेश्चन हमसे छूटता हुआ है, वो ऐसे क्वेश्चन होते हैं जो रिलेटिवली आसान होते हैं और अगर हमने उस पर टाइम दिया होता तो we could have easily solved them. मेरे साथ हमेशा ऐसा ही होता था. So that means you have to have a very sound strategy of giving examinations also, so that this does not happen. ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो, है ना? So there are three important strategic skills that you need to master. That is time management, your speed, because this is a time-bound examination, right? And each question, you are not getting a liberty of spending, half an hour or 15 minutes on one question and then expect the entire paper to be completed, right? So you have to monitor your speed as well. And the third aspect is accuracy, because each of the question is going to carry a negative marks. And believe me, negative marks सबसे ज़्यादा परेशान करते हैं और सबसे ज़्यादा दुख भी उन्हीं का होता है, क्योंकि you have done correctly. So negative marking is, accuracy is also something that you need to master. So these are the three strategic skills, and the platform gives you enough insights just to see that is your strategy sound enough? Are you having a good strategy of giving examination? And if not, where exactly you are failing in, right? So you need to master that. So this is the granular analytics that I am talking about, not just on the proficiency of the chapters, the topics, also on your core learning and strategic skills. You'll get that insights from the platform. Now the final aspect of the platform is, after giving you all this information, how exactly you are going to improve. So there we have the My Tasks Center. So the platform, based on all the analytics that it have generated just for you, will be giving you specific tasks in order to, specific tasks just for you, as in how you will be able to improve your performance, how you will be able to improve your preparation. So if you open this, you will be getting 2 daily tasks and 2 tasks for the week. Now these daily tasks are, mostly targeting the your one core learning skill and one strategic skill. Because if you have corrected the way you consume knowledge, the way you understand things, the way you study, half the battle is won then and there itself. And the remaining half is when you have your strategies in place, correct strategies in place, and you have mastered them, then the second half is also done. The only thing that you need to master in between is, you have to have your proficiencies in order, right? Your subject, your topic, your chapter proficiencies should be, at the above 90s in order to be more confident in getting a good grade in the examination. So you'll get one task on the core learning skill. So for example, you might remember that application was something that was not very good at, that we were not very good at. So the platform will be giving you just 15-minute task, giving you 10 questions to master your application skill. Similarly, 10 questions of 15 minutes to master your time management. So small tasks, but just because of these small tasks, a lot of value is going to be added in your preparation journey. There are two important aspects also that I want to talk about here is, see, how many of you watch cricket, by the way? Almost everyone. है ना? So, अभी recently आप देखोगे तो a new trend has emerged that usually the captains who win tosses elect to bat second, isn't it? क्यों? Because they have a clear, target in mind that what exactly are they chasing. ठीक है? सबसे बढ़िया example इस बार T20 World Cup में हुआ. England won both the last two games chasing because they had a clear picture in mind that what is the target they are chasing. Now imagine in your preparation journey also, if you could have that target and that you could monitor on a daily basis. So that is where we give you your progress journey. Now what this progress journey is, from the day you start preparing for your examination to the day that you are about to appear for this for your final examination, right? So we discount around 4 to 5 weeks before that, because you need to complete your syllabus at least 4 to 5 weeks before your examination, so that you have ample time to just revise if anything is missing, and also master your test giving strategies. You have to take a lot of mock tests. You also have to solve previous year papers. So you need to have an ample time before your examination as well. So from the day you join the platform to the day you are going to appear for the examination, the amount of duration that you have and the amount of syllabus that you need to cover, right? So we give you a ideal progress journey just for you, right? So that on a daily basis, you'll be able to monitor that whether my ideal progress journey is, or whether my personal preparation journey is keeping up with my ideal progress journey, or whether it is falling behind. So if it is falling behind, you can take your course correction then and there itself, right? And if it is not falling behind and you are doing, or you are keeping up with your ideal pace, and you are keeping up, in fact, you are doing better than your ideal pace, then nothing more like it, right? That will basically give you a lot more confidence that if I keep, covering my syllabus at this pace, I'll be comfortably completing my entire syllabus well before time, and I'll have ample of time just for the revision and, the last finishing touches that needs to be given for the examination. Now at the end, we also give you a MyQ Today score. Now what exactly is this MyQ Today score is? It is a progressive score. So whatever you do on the platform, it basically quantifies that effort that you are putting, and it translates into a number. So all the effort that you have been putting on the platform gets quantified and translated into a number. So for example, I presented a challenge that many of the students face, that the effort that they put on a single day, how much closer have they gone to their target examination? Has they progressed in a positive manner, or there is no effect, or have they gone down? So if you could monitor that on a daily basis, अच्छा, एक सबसे कॉमन क्वेश्चन जो मैं जब भी स्टूडेंट से इंटरेक्ट करता हूँ, या फिर आपने भी किसी न किसी से जरूर पूछा होगा कि सेलेक्ट होने के लिए, आईआईटी में सेलेक्ट होने के लिए कितने घंटे पढ़ने चाहिए? कितने लोगों ने ये क्वेश्चन कभी ना कभी किसी से पूछा है? तो अभी तक यानी किसी से मिले नहीं हो जिससे पूछे कोई बात नहीं. मतलब this has been a common question that I have been getting. sir, how much hours that I need to study in order to qualify this examination? See, for me, it could be 2 hours. For you, it could be 4 hours. For you, it could be 1 hour. It is not something that could be, very, very absolute and written in stone. It depends on every individual. Now imagine if you put 2 hours today and you could see that my IQ today score has not moved. That means I have not, gone in a positive direction. Maybe I need to put in more effort. Imagine that you have put 4 hours and you could see that your IQ score has improved by, let us say, 5 points. Then obviously that the effort that you have put in yesterday has quantified into a progress in your preparation journey, and that will give you more confidence to put in the another 3 hours the very next day, and you will start enjoying the challenges, you will start enjoying the progress, isn't it? So this is why it is very important to understand that आज मैंने जितनी पढ़ाई करी उसका क्या इफेक्ट हुआ मेरे प्रोग्रेस जर्नी पे. If you could see that every day, will not give you enough confidence to put in the another 3 hours and next 3 hours and next 3 hours every day possible? Yes or no? Yes. So this is a brief demonstration, as I said, of the platform that I gave to you. Now I am open to any questions, and to end it all, the presentation that we have. So as I said that the platform is going to provide you a 14-day free trial, which you can go and access, right? So you can start your 14-day free trial from today itself, and I really recommend to the students they start, using the platform from today, because then you will be able to see the exact benefit of the platform. So now I am open to questions. If anyone is having any sort of doubts, any questions they want to discuss, so please, I'll be happy to answer them. Any students who want to discuss anything, any questions? Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How can a aspirant keep themselves dedicated toward clearing exam despite having number of distraction in the societies?
Oh, distraction. देखो, एक बार ना, मतलब this was, yes, I think sir will be able to answer it the best. Yes.
मैंने पर्सनली किसी से सुना था, और मैं आपके ही शहर में रहने वालों से सुना था.
Yes.
तो आपको ही सुनाना मुझे ज़्यादा मजा आएगा. एक पर्सनल इंटरव्यू में, और हो सकता है आप लोगों ने भी कहीं ना कहीं टेलीविज़न पे देखा होगा, हमारा भी एक टेलीविज़न चैनल है आज तक, मैंने आज तक पे ही देखा था. तो क्या होता है कि शुरुआत में जब अनुपम खेर, आई एम श्योर यू ऑल रिकॉग्नाइज हिम, वो नया नया सेलिब्रिटी बने थे, तो कहीं वो चेन्नई में किसी शूटिंग में गए थे. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि उस शूटिंग में, अब चेन्नई में बहुत साल पहले की बात है, बहुत सारी जगहों पे एयर कंडीशनिंग नहीं होते थे, तो गर्मी थी, ह्यूमिड भी था, और वो नए नए सेलिब्रिटी बने थे, तो अपना वो थोड़ा एयर थ्रो कर रहे थे. नाउ दिस इज, आई एम कोटिंग हिज वर्ड्स, सो इट्स नॉट समथिंग दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू काइंड ऑफ टेल अबाउट हिम. तो उन्हें लगा कि भाई मैं तो सेलिब्रिटी हूँ, ये क्या गर्मी लगा रखा है, वो एयर कंडीशनर नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, तो सबको बुला के बोले एयर जी कहाँ है, मैं कैसे यहाँ पे शूटिंग कर सकता हूँ, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. थोड़ी देर में बताया सर यहाँ तो ऐसे ही है, मतलब उस ज़माने में वो वैनिटी वैन्स वगैरह नहीं हुआ करते थे. So what happens is then he also asked, so who are the other people who are shooting today with me? And somebody mentioned Mr. Bachchan. तो उन्होंने कहा वाह, okay, where is he? तो बताया उस वाले कमरे में बाजू में बैठे. So the gentleman goes there to greet him, and he finds him all decked up in, सूट पहना है, जैकेट पहना है, कंबल ओढ़ा है, दाढ़ी वाड़ी लगाया है, सब कुछ, I mean, he's all ready for his next shoot. So then he asked me, out of curiosity, he greeted him, and Mr. Bachchan also complimented him for his last movie and stuff. फिर उनको पूछा कि भाई मिस्टर बच्चन आपको गर्मी नहीं लग रही है? And he was reading a book. Mr. Bachchan was reading a book. He says, well, जब सोचता हूँ तो लगती है, जब नहीं सोचता हूँ तो नहीं लगती है. तो आपके सवाल का आंसर ये है बच्चे कि डिस्ट्रैक्शन अगर आप होना चाहेंगे तो होंगे, नहीं होना चाहेंगे तो नहीं होंगे. Did I somehow try to answer the question? It's up to you to decide what you want to do and how you want anything else to influence you. वो सिर्फ आपकी और हमारे बीच है. आप करना चाहें तो होगा, नहीं करना चाहें तो नहीं होगा. Thank you.
Any other doubts, discussion? अगर ऐसे नहीं तो you can also ask me on a one-to-one basis as well when we head out for lunch. Yeah.
कोई भी सवाल, no questions are ever dumb or incorrect. Answers can be. So we might answer you wrongly, but your questions are never ever invalid. Feel completely free to ask your doubts and questions. This is what will make it engaging, interactive, and meaningful. No fear, huh? आपको जज नहीं किया जाएगा कि आपका क्वेश्चन बड़ा सही नहीं था. क्वेश्चन बिल्कुल सही होता है. पूछिए.
In fact, on the platform also, if you'll see, we have got this feature of letting you know that how many % of students have answered this question correctly. This is precisely why we have put that figure. क्योंकि होता क्या है ना, in classroom we have always seen that many students do not ask doubts क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगता है कि ये शायद मुझे ही नहीं आता, बाकी सबको आता होगा, और या फिर ये बहुत ही silly question हो सकता है. So they do not ask doubts, and that is precisely why we have put that figure, because just to let you know that you are not the only one who have done this question incorrectly. There are many others also. So you should not feel shy in asking that question anywhere if you want to ask it, right? And that is precisely why we have factored that in. Yes, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
May I have one question?
Yes, please.
For example,
No, you actually need one. Because most of the others won't be able to.
Streaming will not be audible otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live streaming हो रहा है, उन्हें सुनाई नहीं देगा.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
If I'm trying for cracking a NEET in MBBS, how much minimum marks will I require to crack?
See, for the trends that have been there is always a trend, right? Like for example, last year, someone who have got around 630 marks was able to get a college in NEET examination.
I want government college.
Yeah, so for that you have to target in the aboves of 680 out of 720.
Above 720.
NEET is relatively very competitive because there you have more number of students and the government colleges have less seats also. Yes. So in order to, if you are targeting a very good government college, you have to be in the higher side of 680 out of 720.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you have any questions regarding the platform,
Anything.
we showed you various features or.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
So over the past 2 years, there's been a boom in online-based learning and AI learning and all of that. So what makes this Q&I stand out?
Okay. So as I said, there are very four precisely different features that I specifically spelled out. First, you have to understand that your learning needs are completely different from maybe even your brother or even your sister or any of your friends who are preparing for this examination. So your study has to be personalized, right? Now, how can this be personalized? The first thing that someone should do is someone should know you first. So that is where we start, by knowing you. And the way the preparation has been currently is something that sort of follows like. In fact, for the past 10 years, I have been delivering lectures in a classroom of around 100-150 students. Now, I used to deliver the same lecture to everyone, irrespective of whether you know it already or what exactly are the problem areas that I need to focus just for your clarity or just for his clarity or just for his clarity. I was completely unaware of that. So I could not do that. But now the platform knows you in a much better way. It can do that. It can basically serve you the question which will actually target your weaknesses and then ultimately cure you out of it. The detailed granular analytics that I have said, that you will be exactly able to identify that what is that one concept that I need to study in order to be proficient in the entire chapter. So that level of analytics is going to be very essential. Now the best part of it is the conceptual clarity that is being provided by the platform is through assessments. Through assessment, that is why we say that it is an assessment-led learning. First you give test, then only you will be able to identify कि मुझे मेरी परेशानियां कहाँ हैं, मेरे challenges कहाँ हैं. Unless you do that, you won't be able to understand that क्या पढ़ूं आज. Let us say if you want to study anything, the ideal way is just give a test out of it, right? फिर आपको exactly पता होगा कि now where exactly are what exactly are the things I already know. So I do not need to spend more time on that, and I already know that what are the things that I do not know. Now there I need to put my focus on. So that is using your time more efficiently. अच्छा, इसी बात पे कितने लोगों को यहाँ पे बच्चों को ऐसा लगता है कि उनके पास टाइम हमेशा कम रहता है, मतलब हमेशा टाइम कम रह जाता है पूरे दिन भर में, enough टाइम मिलता ही नहीं मिलता है ना. Now imagine if you could use your time this way, that you focus on the things that, मतलब उस पे आप टाइम न लगाएं जो चीज पहले से आपको आती है, आप उस पे टाइम लगाएं जो चीज नई है या फिर जो चीज आपको नहीं समझ में आई है या फिर जो चीज आपको सीखनी है. So that will be more effective use of your time, right?
And can I also add a few words here? You see, we have the constraint of not talking about someone else's platform. Because our job is to actually tell you what our platform is capable of and what it can do, because that's our platform. It'll be unfair to kind of run down someone else's effort. But whatever we have presented so far, whatever Akash has presented so far, those 4 differentiators, or what it makes us different from anybody else in the marketplace, you as the consumer, and a very aware consumer, have the liberty of actually differentiating between what you have available in the marketplace and what we claim to be. And when you really look at all those 4 things that we have presented, this sets us apart, because that's exactly what we are very proud of. Because when we made this platform, we have put in a huge amount of research effort to actually look around and see who does what. But that's normal, everybody does that, so we did that too as well. And we therefore can tell you with all confidence that whatever we claim to give you as the differentiator are indeed the differentiators. And that's exactly what you need. You need personalized journey, and we give you that. You need deep analytics, and we give you that. We use you in the center of the entire thing. It's you who's important, and each one of you are different. And the platform is able to exactly give you that, because it is not one size fits all. Right? We have not ventured into yet another coaching class of a kind. Not that we kind of don't respect them. Of course, they do their good job, and they should continue to do that. But we don't do that at all. We give you what others don't give you. We are here to also empower the schools, because you spend so much of your time, so much of your entire life indeed, with the schools, and there's nobody else who know you better than your teachers. So if you have doubts, even for now, when you use the platform, and we don't have any of the other add-ons that you might think that you should have had, your teachers are still there with you. And the syllabus of NEET and JEE doesn't go anywhere beyond the NCERT. So if you go back to your teachers and say, can I just take your 5 minutes and can you please tell me one more time, how exactly should I understand this topic? They'll be delighted to do so. And that will take you a couple of steps ahead of your journey. So the platform is complete in itself. It's a full package. We normally are also misunderstood as an assessment platform. Not really. Because if you really have this platform at your disposal, do exactly what the platform tells you to do, take help from your teachers, from your friends indeed. Yeah? You'll be self-sufficient. If you're still using your other coaching classes or tuition teachers, good for you. There's no harm. But then at least the platform will tell you what to study and what you already know. And to the extent that you can only spend 5, 10, 15, or 20 minutes to master the topic and also the chapter, perhaps the subject. So that's the differentiator, if I have actually tried to answer you. Have I?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your platform is outstanding, no doubt about it. But I have not seen biology subject over there. Am I right?
So for the
No,
demonstration.
no, you can't say this. I have to apologize. My bad. This gentleman comes from IIT,
Okay.
as you can see him.
Okay.
And he has all the bias possible for IT and engineering.
Okay.
But
No, because you are saying as a NEET aspirant, so that's why I'm just
Yes, indeed.
expecting a
So,
biology subject over
it
there.
should
When I
be
have
there
seen physics,
because-
chemistry, and maths always.
yeah, so it is only a presentation slide, as you can see.
Okay, okay, no
So
doubt.
because he kind of, he's got his own little bias about his own subjects. So but we will, take your feedback very, very seriously. Next time when we are presenting, we certainly will have a couple of more slides on biology as well.
Nick, that was just my query. Okay, I have seen
No,
all
it's
the
a very
times
valid
physics,
query. Had I been in
chemistry
your
and-
place, I would have actually raised my hand as well. So that's for you, Akash, now.
Yes, sir.
Now you can go and justify it.
No, I'll just show that we have biology also.
One more query. Am I asking too much query?
No, it's completely all right.
I have seen over there is a time management. That's very good.
Yeah.
But do the students get a time management per question wise? Because after, will they get any matrix like how much they have spent for that question? So at the end, they'll come to know that, okay, मैंने इतना time ये question पे waste किया. ये time I have seen, because time management is very well for NEET as well as JEE. So do they get the idea where they have spent how much time or this question, that question, or question-wise time management?
So while attempting the question itself, we do give a graph of average time required to solve that particular question.
Okay.
Now, during the time which is still available, like let's for example, a question is basically needing 1 minute of average time because that is what all others have taken to solve that particular question. So we do not basically spell out right there in the front itself that the question requires 1 minute of time. It is usually in green. So when it is over, then we try to tell the students, now you have exceeded the time. This question actually required 1 minute of your time, but you have exceeded that time. So that is the information that we give when the student is attempting that question itself. Now we also understand that in a test scenario, there will be different type of questions. Like there will be questions which will require relatively less amount of time. There will be questions which will actually require more amount of time, even in the count of 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 5 minutes also. So now we also understand, depending upon the complexity of the question, the time required for each of the question varies. So what we do is we take the entire duration, because that basically takes care of all the questions which require less time, all the questions which require relatively more time, and then we give a consolidated report of the entire session, because that is going to be more efficient. Going for each and every question, now it is going to be very challenging for the students also. Imagine there are 90 questions that the student has to attempt in the next 3 hours. Just to see that how much time have we exceeded in each of the questions will again take around 20 minutes, 25 minutes of his time just to identify the questions. So that is why we take one session and then we give a consolidated report of that particular section.
Okay.
That how much time have you exceeded from the normal session that could have been. And that is also reflected in if the management of your time has been or is good, you'll be able to complete the entire paper, else.
Yeah, because many times I have seen students, they find physics very difficult.
Yeah.
And many times the numericals, they spend a lot of time in the numerical. And whenever they're stuck over there, they waste their time. And they don't have that knowledge that, okay, leave that particular numerical and go for the next.
That is why we have given it on the examination window itself. So which basically tells that what should be the average time to solve this particular question.
Yeah,
now,
even in the bio, they have assertive questions. Yes. And assertive questions, they need a lot of time to read those sentences.
Correct.
That's why.
So during the examination itself, the student will be able to see. Any, I'll just log in and then.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, sir, yes, sir.
Yes.
So, when you talk about the students' proficiency in a particular topic,
yeah,
your way of assessing is through assessment. That is absolutely correct, and apparently one of the best ways that a student can be, can understand how his proficiency or where exactly his proficiency or his deficiency lies in.
Correct.
But my question to you is, for example, if I am deficient in something, so will the learning content be also provided in this Q&I, or shall I have to go to maybe some other platform to complete my learning? That's my question. So is it only assessment and assessment, or is there even learning content included as well?
No, currently in the current form that we have, we do provide that information, and we try to give that information or the conceptual clarity in form of lectures is what you are asking. We are not
Lectures, or maybe content, yeah, notes, lectures,
Notes.
etc.
Notes is something that will be adding in the platform in the next few weeks itself.
Okay.
That is there, but with the lectures, I feel like, see, Thomson Digital, just to give you a brief idea of who Thomson Digital is, the company Thomson Digital has been a leading content and technology provider for all the scientific community around the world, medical and scientific community around the world. And we have an expertise in content and technology. And we believe we have a lot of insights to add value to these two offerings that we have. Now, when we say lectures, we will not be able to add value because we already have, the students already have the fantastic teachers community in their schools to help them and support them with. And we feel like they still will be learning in the most effective way, by interacting with the teachers. See, if I put a video lecture right there in the front, so learning does not happen that way. Whenever there is an interaction, there is cross-questioning, then only learning happens. And it can only happen when the student is sitting right there in front of the teacher. And that is why, most of, the current solutions are not proving to be adequate for the students, learning, requirements, because there is not enough interaction. There is no cross-questioning. If a student does not understand a particular step, he is not able to, question that how exactly this step has happened. So we feel that the learning happens when the student has a very healthy interaction with the teacher, and that we think is going to be provided by the schools and by the tutors that they are associated with in the best possible way, and we won't be able to add any value to it. So apart from that, what you are already doing.
Yeah, sure, and if I may add a couple of more words to it. We did most certainly consider all aspects when we were making the platform. And we also certainly thought, should we also not add content like everybody else does? Yeah. And we were very sensitive to it, and we thought we don't want to look like everybody else in the marketplace. Give everything possible that people already have. So what is it that I'm doing differently? I mean, people have tons of content already. They're overburdened by it. And then I will also kind of give some more to it. What difference will I create? I mean, how am I solving the problem by giving them more content to bury them one more time? So we kind of stayed away from it. However, your question is absolutely valid. What Akash was telling is should we also give a content or a video of a kind that everybody else makes? If everybody else can make it, we can make it too. But we did not want to make it because there you are only solving that particular question. Or we are trying to give them information for that particular question, thereby making them not think, not explore, and do it themselves. So unless they do it themselves, how will they ever solve their conceptual problems? We also have to make them do it themselves, because when they face the real examination, it's not exactly that question that they're supposed to answer. They're conceptually supposed to answer something which is similar, but not the same. And that will come from the fact that we encourage them to do it themselves. Go to their teachers, interact with them, go into a community where the other students are preparing for. Explore the possibilities and learn it. Like, and once they learn it, they will never forget. So, which is why we did not really want to get into more and more content, because everybody already has it. You have plenty of books, don't you? I mean, at least half a dozen books in each subject. So if I give you one more, how will it actually help you? So that's what exactly was the thought behind it. Did I answer it?
Thank you so much. Yes, sir, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
just to demonstrate that we have a specific section for NEET as well. So you get the paper in. Yeah. Yes, 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 definitely.
Yeah, Vinay Singh sir is doing a good job for Akash. Sir, thank you so much. What I wanted to ask you is that are the students supposed to take mock exam once their entire content is done, or it is chapter wise, and they can just begin from wherever they are, whatever they have studied,
Yeah.
and start taking exams accordingly and know about each chapter what they are finishing.
Yes, yes. So as I said in the practice session, the custom practice session, the student has the liberty to, let me just, get out from here and I'll show you. Mock exam, the way mock exams are, usually the entire syllabus is, covered when you say mock exam. That is what they mean, like. But when you want to, take multiple chapters in your practice session, you can always go and select that in the custom practice session that I am showing. So for example, when you go to the custom practice session, suppose you want to practice this entire chapter, or you only want to practice physics. So you can take the practice of entire physics. For example, you want to take the practice of this alternating current itself. So you can always go and start practicing for this particular chapter only. But if you want to, attempt, few topics of this alternating current, let us say I'll select 2 topics of this alternating current and voltage, and let us say I'll select 2 topics or 2 or 3 topics of these atoms. So I can customize my own test based on what I have learned already. And I can take, center of mass, conservation. So I can select as many topics as I want, and I can start, practicing for the selected topics. So that we can do.
What is the number of questions that they could answer? I mean,
Yeah.
assess in themselves with.
So,
suppose if you are taking a subtopic of any particular chapter, and do the students get around 300, 500, 1,000 questions on that particular topic? What is the probability?
The number of questions, if I understand your question correctly, are there sufficient number of questions in the question bank for the student? So let me just assure you, if the student, even attempts questions daily for more than 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours duration daily on a continuous basis, the bank will never be exhausted, is what the amount of questions that we have. But we also understand it is not about the number of questions that the student is going to solve. See,
various types or different types.
Yes.
That is very important.
Yes. And also, we cannot, me as an educator, always try to understand it, and I always try to tell to my students also, see, I cannot prepare my students for the question. Even if I give them 1 lakh of questions in mathematics to solve, I cannot guarantee that the examination is going to ask one of those questions which the student has already solved. So clearly we cannot prepare the students for the questions, but we can definitely prepare the students for the concepts. And that is what the whole focus of the platform is. We also understand.
No, once the student knows that his concepts are not unclear due to any reason.
Yes.
Now in that case, the students will have to go back to the teachers as well as tutors whom they are associated with.
Yes.
So, I mean, I believe that students should be guided exactly that. I mean, see, when they are using the platform themselves, they are not that mature to, take it further to their teachers. So some teacher has to be associated with the students. I mean, maybe in school, college, or their personal tutors, because they will, I mean, those who are dedicated and sincere would go taking back their problem, that this is the problem area. You have showed them that where they are lacking, but will they go to the tutors and tell them that, okay, this is what I'm facing the problem and I need your guidance. So will they, I really doubt that the students will go back to the teachers.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, in the coming months, we are also going to come up with master classes. Now, these master classes are completely different from the curriculum, teaching that the student usually is having. Let me tell you the reason why exactly these master classes are going to be different. Since we have this strong platform with us, and the platform is able to identify the exact weaknesses of the students. So what the platform will do, we'll identify that how many students are facing this exact same problem. And then the platform will also give a suggestion to the students that a master class of exactly this particular section is being conducted on, let us say, Monday or Sunday, 8 to 10. So please do attend that particular master class if you want to clarify this particular doubts that you are having. So the effectiveness of the master class depends on the data that the student is already having, that, okay, yes, I am actually facing a difficulty in this particular problem or this particular type of problem or this particular concept. And the master class is going to be provided to the student specifically on the
Yes, that is what I wanted to say,
Yes.
that you need to identify and let them
Yes.
know that, and then come to certain solutions for them.
Correct.
Because I don't believe that the teachers and students, that association is really going to help them. So if you have the data with you, ultimately, you will have to come to certain conclusive steps and then let them know, let their parents know exactly where the weaknesses lie, and then we need to sort out that.
Correct. So that is what we have come up with. If you want to add something.
Could you, if I may, add a few words with your permission, sir? The masterclass will go a couple of steps more than that. One, of course, it will identify every student's absolute weak point and invite them through emails or through SMS texts and so on, that these are your weaknesses. I mean, they will have their analytics in front of them, and will also declare kind of a schedule for these master classes that you can come over at your convenience, maybe today, tomorrow. These are a couple of options available to you, and if you're available, you're welcome to come and join us. That's one. The second one, it'll go a couple of steps more than that. During the masterclass itself, we are not simply going to give yet another lecture, irrespective of the fact whether or not the student really got it. So the concept itself will take a few minutes to perhaps clarify, maybe 25% of the time that the lecture is scheduled for. Remaining 75% is going to be made interactive, making sure that we give them enough number of questions for that particular topic at that same time, ask them all to solve it. The board, the interactive board will show how many questions were solved by which all students. And then we will have, supposing only 25% made it. So we will repeat the same thing, because it's just 25% of them have understood and the rest of the 75 still are remaining wherever they were earlier. So we'll continue to do so till we find that at least 80% of the students who are attending that particular masterclass have actually understood, are able to solve that question in enough numbers right away. We will also give them an insight that this particular topic, this particular question type are likely to be in your exams in these numbers, and this will be the weightage of these questions. So when you solve them and master this particular topic, you actually go up by those many percent in your preparation journey. So you feel so confident about it that if I solve just this topic, perhaps I'm going 5 steps ahead. So that's the encouragement one gets. That's the motivation one gets. Another aspect that you may like to highlight here, Akash, is the platform has the facility of sharing the analytics with the teachers and the parents periodically. So it will get mailed to their parents or their teachers, depending on how you choose to kind of exercise that liberty. And then everybody's on the same page, which means all the stakeholders, it's kind of transparent for all of them. The parents, which is very essential, not that we don't believe you students, but they're supposed to kind of support you in every step that you take in your life. So they deserve to know what you're doing and how you're doing, right? It'll give them the confidence in investing in you. So it's very important that we keep this all transparent also with the teachers, because they will feel proud of the fact that yahan se yahan pahunch gaya. So these are all the facilities available on the platform. So did I now answer it, sir? Yes, sir. Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Currently, I am studying in standard 10th. Further, surely I'll be taking part in such competitive fields. As a student, while studying the subject which needs more attention, we sometimes find it very boring while studying. So how can we make the particular time qualitative and not just quantitative?
Okay, so as I said, when we started this session, I asked from most of the students that which of you is having a favorite subject, right? That is precisely what this question is also interrelated with. See, you find something boring when you are not able to solve questions from it, right? Or you are not able to understand it the way the other topics that you have understood, or the way the other subject that you have understood. When you start solving questions on your own, when you start, getting answers on your own without any external help, you start finding it more engaging and more interesting in terms of what you say, right? Okay. So this is very clear. If you have to build interest in any of the topics, study it up to a level where you'll be able to solve questions on your own without asking anyone. And you'll see that you'll start enjoying it altogether.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I would to like ask about the difference between of JEE and CET.
CET?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the examination pattern is relatively different because JEE usually asks question both from class 11th and class 12th, and the percentage is fairly square, like 50-50 sort of.
Yes.
In CET, MHT CET, if you are asking, the syllabus is like 80% of the syllabus comes from class 12th and only 20% of syllabus is covered of class 11th, right? So this is how the distribution is done, and also the way the questions are being asked in the two examinations slightly differs, right? This is the major two differences that you get.
Thank you, sir.
And no negative marking in CET. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to know, 14 days trial you said. What about the next journey of this platform?
So if the student likes the platform and wants to continue their journey on the platform, there is a subscription which is available, an yearly subscription, which the student can always go and subscribe.
And this is, everybody can avail this 14 days trial,
Yes.
other than the one who attended?
No, anyone, anywhere can avail the 14-day subscription, trial subscription. And the reason why we are providing it, because we do not want the students just to buy it as something that they won't be using. We first want the student to use it, see the sort of the strength that it gives to their preparation, and then only subscribe it. I think sir will add.
There's one very important aspect to what you asked, madam. Just an add-on. We all understand you are all teachers and you know your students so very well. A lot of these students, they kind of get into the bandwagon of appearing for these exams, which is why there are 18 lakhs and 12 lakh students preparing for these, or at least attempting these exams. But unfortunately, I'm sure you guys are all very serious, a lot of them are not serious about it. So it's a huge number, but the serious ones are fewer. But when we want to actually give this platform and kind of invite the parents to spend for it, which is a very affordable amount, we'll kind of discuss that. We also want to make sure that the platform is able to share regular statistics of how many hours you're actually spending on the platform, how many practice sessions have you taken, when have you taken that, right? And how long you should have taken, and so on and so forth. So everybody is well informed, including the student, that you have been missing out for the last 3 days. Where have you been? Are you okay? And so on. So this is just an example that we want to make sure that whoever invests their money and time in it should get benefit from it. It's not that we just want to sell something and make money out of it, and it doesn't really matter whether you or not you got the benefit. That's not going to help us, because this isn't something, it's not a commodity. It's building your career, and we are participating in it very seriously and with all the responsibilities. So we want to make sure that we give you constant information, a sweet nudge to tell you, hey, listen, you haven't been doing this practice for the last 6 days, right? Why not? I mean, can we help you? Is there something we can do about it? So those are certain add-ons that we have built on the platform, and that's really going to be essential for everybody to be on the right track. Yeah?
Yes.
As far as the cost is concerned, because that perhaps was your silent question inside it. So we have done our own survey. We kind of took the average of the entire country to be able to ascertain what should be the right amount of money we can ask for such a platform. And because this is so intangible, people are pricing it at anything. But we are sensitive that we should be able to give it to every single student who is actually seriously wanting to prepare for such exams. So we have priced it in such a way that is almost about little over 1,000 rupees a month. So the subscription for 1 year would be 14,999, which is 15,000 practically. Far more affordable for every single student who would like to seriously prepare for the exam and the kind of benefits and values it brings it to you.
JEE and NEET this year exam they are giving, and probably they are saying that JEE is in Jan.
The beauty of this platform, if I may say so, is you can actually start using it no matter where you are in your preparation. You could be writing your exam in next 3 months. You could still know this is where I am right now, and these are the problems I have in my preparation journey, and this is the time available for me, and this is how I'm going to be able to utilize my time most effectively. Or a student who is just entering in class 11. So his journey is longer. The platform will take that into account and give him his personalized journey based on how much time he has left and where is he in his preparation. So it is equally useful or beneficial for every single student, no matter where he is in his journey. Did that make sense? Now, this is all going to be for you now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm stealing his
Good
show.
afternoon, sir. Mike, of course, your platform is very nice one, but it appears to be more for the advanced learners and the self-motivated students. What about the students who are medium learners or average learners? Because at the end of the day, sometimes these students also do well in this type of competitive exams. So what will be their role in this?
So as I said, ma'am, that before carving a personalized learning journey for any individual, the platform first tries to understand what exactly are their learning levels, what are the challenges that they have, and what could be their possible strengths. Because without knowing them, we cannot carve a personalized journey. So irrespective of how exactly he consumes knowledge, how he transforms it into his scores, the platform has a fair idea just after the diagnostic test that the student has given. Now, as far as the learning speed is concerned, we understand that a slow learner cannot be a slow learner forever, right? If given a proper nudge, if given a proper push, they also can be, elevated to a level where they'll do wonders in, any of the competitive examinations. And that is where the beauty of the platform is, because it is adaptive in nature. First, how do you basically build interest of a student towards learning? Because once they start enjoying solving questions, once they start, see, what happens is today, in today's scenario, when we say exams in front of the students, usually it starts building a sort of a tension and a pressure in the mind of students because they do not enjoy that journey, right? What if by giving all the, and that is why we have made our platform assessment led, because the fear of exams, if it is still there in the mind of students, ultimately it is an examination that they have to do in order to get admitted to the colleges. And with the approach of assessment-led learning, this fear of examination basically dies down relatively because they start enjoying it. Imagine a scenario when you have a fixed amount of time and you have 10 questions and you are able to solve it all. You'll wait for the next exam when it is come. Usually it happened with me, and I am very sure that it also happens with you. जो एक टेस्ट मेरा सही जाता था, नेक्स्ट टेस्ट का बहुत बेसब्री से इंतजार होता था मुझे कि नेक्स्ट वाला टेस्ट कब आएगा, बिकॉज आई हैव टू स्कोर वेल इन दैट ऑल्सो. लेकिन अगर एक टेस्ट खराब हो जाता था तो नेक्स्ट वाले टेस्ट में सोचते थे कि थोड़ा देर से ही आए तो ही अच्छा है. So this is where the platform is going to add a lot of value to the student, because when they start solving the question, when they see that they are scoring marks now, so they'll start putting more effort. They'll also start pushing their own boundaries because the platform is encouraging them to do so. So have that answer? Okay, thank you. I think there was a question from sir also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. I would like to ask, if I have ambitions in pure sciences, specifically mathematics, then how would JEE exam help me progress with it? Because I have heard that it generally benefits the engineering aspirants?
So no, in IITs you have courses like pure science courses also, like MSc Chemistry, MSc Physics. In mathematics also you get MSc in Mathematics and Scientific Computing. So you have those courses. Even if you want to pursue careers in pure sciences by getting admission into IITs, it is possible. But again, with the JEE examination also, there is an option of opting for IISc colleges as well, and they are into pure sciences, studies. So you can opt them as well.
Thank you.
So you'll get much more opportunities just by appearing in JEE examination, even if you want to go for pure sciences.
My question was for JEE examinations, are there some syllabus related to engineering first year also included in this thing? Normally it happens that only 12th, 11th and 12th syllabus plus a higher level syllabus is also included in JEE exams.
Sir, if syllabus is concerned, JEE basically specifically specifies that what are the chapters, what are the topics even that is going to be covered in this year's JEE examination. So they explicitly say that. And the platform, on the platform we have exactly considered all the topics and syllabus that JEE has specifically mentioned into account. Now, if you say that whether the concepts are of engineering first level or not, it is not like that. All the concepts which basically is being asked in JEE examinations are fairly into the syllabus of class 11th and 12th. Slight modification to these concepts is what is usually done. They are taken to a slightly higher level of understanding. Applications of those concepts changes when they are asked through questions. So it is not like that engineering first year syllabus is basically included in IIT JEE examination. It is not like that. So everything is till 11th and 12th only.
And one more question, like sir explained, so the subscriptions are monthly or annually?
No, it will be an annual subscription.
And whatever the master classes which you will take, will be.
You can select any of the topic that you want to discuss. So it will not be restricting. It will not be like a package. Okay. If I feel like that I want to attend only master class of quadratic equation which discuss nature of roots, I can select that and attend that. That's it. So you do not have to buy an entire curriculum or entire package around it.
Exactly. And we did not also want to make it a package because there will be some students who require only a few classes and some might require many classes. So depending on how many classes would they require, they just pay as they go. So per class. So it's easy also on the pocket. I mean, depending on how you want to spend your money, it will be very easy for people to plan their finance.
So self-assessment and this will be different and
Absolutely.
master classes will be different.
That's right.
Sir, how to build consistency in our work? Like generally this happens with me. Like for number of days I have solved few questions, but after some days I cannot because of consistency. So how can I build it?
See, consistency is something that you will be bringing on by putting, consistent effort. When I say consistent effort, you decide that you have to sit 2 hours daily if it is what your requirement is. So you start sitting 2 hours daily. एक दिन बैठोगे शायद उस दिन कम क्वेश्चन होंगे, नेक्स्ट डे बैठोगे उससे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन होंगे, किसी दिन ऐसा भी होगा जिसमें कम क्वेश्चन होंगे, but then you will be consistent. So in order to, the best way to be consistent is, make a good time schedule for yourself, make a good timetable for yourself and stick to it, right? That will basically, build a consistency in yourself as well.
दो और छोटी छोटी बातें हैं आपके लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ. कुछ चीज़ें खुद को करना पड़ता है, कुछ चीज़ों के लिए दूसरों के ऊपर हमें अधिकार नहीं देना चाहिए, और वो होता है मोटिवेशन और डिसिप्लिन. Right? A lot of people think that somebody has to come and motivate me and then I'll do fantastic. I don't really think it happens. It works. अगर आप खुद के अंदर से मोटिवेटेड नहीं हो तो कोई भी आपको मोटिवेट सिर्फ थोड़ी देर के लिए कर पाता है. आपको किस चीज़ से मोटिवेशन होता है? मुझे चॉकलेट दे दो, मैं मोटिवेट हो जाऊंगा. वो तो जब चॉकलेट खत्म हो गया, मोटिवेशन खत्म हो गया. तो वो कितनी देर चलेगा? सो द मोटिवेशन हैज़ टू कम फ्रॉम विद इन यू. And the discipline also has to come from within you. If you're not basically disciplined, how else can anybody discipline someone? It's impossible, trust me. ये दोनों चीज़ें अगर आपके पास है तो कंसिस्टेंसी और सक्सेस आपके पीछे पीछे आएगा.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My question was, is this assessment system limited to NET and JW, or
Right
most of the
now,
students are from 10th also? So, is there
right
anything?
now on the platform we have considered JE and NEET, and gradually in the coming months we are also going to add 8th, 9th and 10th also on the platform.
Akash, I think it was about 10th students.
Specifically 10 students.
So 10 students who just clear their 10th examination and get into class 11th. Then
No, my question is, most of the students are in 10th, I think so, right now. So, is there, right now, do we
right
have...
now, that is what I am saying. Right now, it is only for class 11th and 12th students who are basically aspiring for IIT JEE and NEET examination. Gradually, in the coming months, we will also be adding, class 9th, class 8th, and class 10th on the platform as well. So it will take time. Maybe in January or February, we'll be live with class 8th, 9th, and 10th on the platform.
Good afternoon, sir. My question to you is that whenever the topic of JEE preparation comes up, most of the people or the ones I've met say that the best classes for it are in Kota. So it's like 10 people will say that if you want to prepare the best preparation for JEE, you have to go to Kota. And then one person comes up and says it's not like that. You can prepare it for in Mumbai too. So it kinds of create a confusion in my mind. So I just wanted to have your opinion in that. Like, is it true are the classes best in Kota, or like your opinion on that?
I must tell you a little about Akash sir. I have stolen him from Kota. And without naming the institution, it's anybody's guess, we actually stole him from the best. And not because he was teaching there, but because we shared, I have another colleague of mine, a gentleman who is not here today. I must tell you his little bit background before I talk about him, because he helped me find him. His name is also Mr. Singh. So Mr. Singh, how many of you know Ashoka University? Some of the teachers may know. Yeah, you have, okay, all right. So Mr. Singh was the founder, director, and registrar of Ashoka University. And I stole him first because I shared the concept behind what I was trying to make. He's from IIT Delhi and ISB Hyderabad. And he's done the great stuff. He's still sort of helping a lot of other universities to establish themselves. And he found Akash, who was perhaps a little known to him, and he was serving one of these great institutions in Kota. And we shared the concept with him that, okay, we want to make something. And he said, this is fantastic, this is delightful, because I don't want to do anything that I've been doing for 12 years. Because it doesn't take a student anywhere. I mean, his focus was, ye 10 student brilliant hai, isko is dafa NEET में ले जाना है, इस 20 को IIT में एडमिशन कराना है, काम खत्म. बाकी जो 1.5 लाख लोग पढ़ रहे होंगे, it doesn't really matter. And that is not what we want to do. That's exactly not what we want to do. So it's a completely different concept and effort put together, as you can imagine. So now you go ahead and answer Kota thing, because I have to tell this story about Kota before you answer her.
See, it is not the place that is going to teach you. If you are thinking that in Kota there will be best preparation, or in Mumbai there will be best preparation, then you are subjecting all your preparation into the hands of others. You are not having any control on you are relying entirely on the institution that you are going to register yourself with. And you are not basically relying on the efforts that you are going to put in it for your success. So basically what happens is, it is not the institute, it is not the place, it is not the, अगर ऐसा ही होता तो सारे रिजल्ट्स कोटा से आने चाहिए थे, फिर पूरे ऑल ओवर इंडिया से कहीं से रिजल्ट ही नहीं आने चाहिए थे. That does not happen, right? It totally depends on how you plan your preparation journey, how you take control of your preparation journey. You'll have teachers everywhere who are very, very good and will be able to support you in the best possible way that you want. But you have to want it first. Yes, right. Then only someone could support you.
No doubt there must be very good coaching centers in Kota and a lot of good faculties over there. We don't want to discourage that or debate on that at all. But that's yet another factory, if I may say so. And you're going to be one more in that factory, and there will be, what will be served is one size fits all. You'll have another 100 people sitting across the platform, and there'll be one teacher who will come and teach you exactly, he teaches the other 99. So how is that going to help you?
Yes. So you have to want it first in order to be successful. Rest everything you'll be getting anywhere you are. The results do happen from the remotest of the places where children usually do not have that much of resources, but they still do qualify these examinations because they had the fire within them to do very good things with their lives. Right?
Thank you so much, sir. Sir's vision when we started working on the platform was that anyone sitting anywhere, and even if they have access to, say, a remote village school, they should be able to, take the preparation in their hands and prepare themselves.
Absolutely, they should get equal opportunity.
Okay.
And if the platform can provide that without a bias, I think probably we have won the first step.
Thank you so much.
So now we have come to an end of the presentation. If you still have...
Just ask if there are other questions. We can hang on for some more time.
Yeah.
Please feel free. I mean, let's clarify all the doubts.
Yeah,
These are all excellent questions, by the way. Yeah, please go ahead.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर. सर जैसे ये प्लेटफॉर्म है वैसे और भी बहुत प्लेटफॉर्म है, फिजिक्स वाला, बायजूस, आकाश, तो इसमें ऐसा क्या खास है जो हम इसमें एनरोल करें?
Same question that you asked. Maybe you have to give attention to the classroom.
नहीं सर, बात तो वही हो जाती है ना कि घड़ी हम 2000 की पहने या 200 की, देखना तो टाइम है.
बहुत डिफरेंस है. सी एनालॉजीज, हर एनालॉजी हर जगह फिट नहीं होती. फिर अगर ऐसा ही होता, ठीक है, सो इट इज अ करियर दैट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. अब ये बोलो कि आईआईटी में पढ़ के बने चाहे लोकल कॉलेज में पढ़ के बनना तो इंजीनियर ही है. This is not an analogy, right? You have to understand the differentiator of the platform is it is going to give a personalized journey for you. First, it will understand you कि तुम्हें कहाँ किस चीज में किधर परेशानी है. फिर उस परेशानी को सॉल्व कैसे करना है, उसको ओवरकम कैसे करना है, तुम्हारा सक्सेस जो प्रोग्रेस जर्नी है क्या वो एडिक्वेट है in order to take you to the last destination that you are targeting, or the rate with which you are covering your syllabus is sufficient enough to cover the entire syllabus, or will you be left behind. So all these small insights. So as I said, detailed analytics is very essential. अब जैसे एक example है कि if you are not able to solve questions of, let us say, permutation, combination, or let us say rotational mechanics, since we have already had that example, and आप जब सर के पास जाके पूछोगे कि सर मुझसे रोटेशनल मैकेनिक्स के सवाल नहीं बन रहे, मुझे रोटेशनल मैकेनिक्स पढ़ा दो. Now it is going to be very difficult for your teacher who have just completed rotational mechanics maybe 2 months or 1 month back to reteach you, because it is 12 hour or 13-hour lecture that he has to give it to you in order to tell you the entire rotational mechanics as such. But imagine a scenario when you exactly know that I am not able to solve the questions of rotational mechanics. It was because I was not able to understand moment of inertia, and that too in moment of inertia I was not able to take elements. How to take elements of shapes in order to find the moment of inertia. अब अगर आप सर के पास जाके पूछते हो कि सर मेरे रोटेशनल के क्वेश्चन इसलिए नहीं बन रहे हैं क्योंकि मुझे मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया निकालने में प्रॉब्लम है, और उसमें भी मुझे शेप्स के एलिमेंट लेने में प्रॉब्लम है. अब एलिमेंट लेना सिखाना सर के लिए 5 मिनट का काम है आपको, और उस 5 मिनट की वजह से आपका पूरा एंटायर चैप्टर अगर सही हो जाता है तो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी मच bigger thing than going and thinking that I do not know rotational mechanics as such.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत ही अच्छा था.
Yes.
हो सकता है यहाँ बैठे हुए बहुत सारे लोगों के मन में भी यही सवाल होगा जो पूछ नहीं रहे थे. आपके पूछने से हमने ये आंसर देके सबके मन का सवाल का जवाब दे दिया. इसके लिए आपको धन्यवाद.
Thank you. In fact, इसी से ना मेरा एक छोटी सी स्टोरी भी मैं सुनाऊंगा कि why asking doubts is very good in class. I remember when I was preparing for my examination. तो probability का एक सवाल था. उसमें वो जरूरत थी कि ये जानने की कि 0 ऑड होता है कि इवन. I did not know that. In fact भूल गया होगा या फिर कहीं मिस हो गया होगा. तो मैंने हाथ खड़ा किया, सर से पूछ लिया कि सर 0 ऑड होता है कि इवन. अब इमेजिन करो आप जेई की प्रिपरेशन करने जा रहे हो एंड वैसे यहाँ पे बहुत लोग कंफ्यूज दिख रहे हैं मुझे. बट स्टिल मैंने पूछा तो उस समय सर ने मुझे थोड़ा सा डांटा कि यार ये क्या है, मतलब आईआईटी का एग्जाम लिखने वाले हो, जेई का मतलब वो भी तुमको 0 नहीं पता है. एक जाओ बाहर देखो कहीं नाली वाली हो खुला होगा, उसमें से वो सेक्शन सेलेक्ट करना जहाँ सबसे ज्यादा मच्छर है, वहां से एक चुल्लू निकालना पानी और नाक डुबा लेना अपना. तो बट देन लेटर ही रियलाइज्ड कि अगर एक ने पूछा है ना तो शायद बहुतों को नहीं पता होगा. नेक्स्ट दिन आए, उन्होंने सारा ऑड इवन हमें पढ़ाया, रिलेटिवली प्राइम, ट्विन प्राइम, जितने भी इस तरह के जो 5-6 क्लास में चीजें हम लोग पढ़े थे और भूल जाते हैं, वो सारी चीजें आके पढ़ाई. और उन्होंने बोला क्लास में कि कल तो तुम लोग सब इस पे हंस रहे थे, लेकिन आज जाके इसको थैंक यू बोलो क्योंकि इसी की वजह से मैंने आके तुमको ये सारी चीजें पढ़ाई हैं. Okay, so I think I'll call our sales head, Mr. Hardal Singh, to basically give a vote of thanks to all. And if you have any doubts, I'm still here. We can have a fair discussion on all your problems, all your challenges that you're facing. And even if you want to discuss anything on the platform, so I'll be happy to do that. So, thank you.
Thanks, Akash. So, quite an exciting session, and the best part was the Q&A. So I could hear a lot of queries, a lot of anxieties amongst the students and how to prepare, what to do, where to go. So that was wonderful. And before I announce or before I give my vote of thanks, so I would like to announce one more very important information. So, okay. So as everybody knows, so 14-day trial is free for each and everybody, whether you are present in this room or your friends in your classrooms or your colleagues all across. So you can always share this information with everyone. Apart from this, the institutes, the schools, those who are the colleges, those who have been present here. So we have a special announcement from the management side that 2 students would be given a scholarship, which will be 1 year free subscription from the management of Q&I. And there is no criteria from our side. It is up to the educators. You teachers and educators or the principal and the management, you have to decide and give 2 names with their details, and will honor your recommendation. So that is the announcement which I wanted to make. So we thank all our esteemed guests, the school leaders, parents, and students for joining us today on this momentous occasion. We have been extremely privileged to have you, many of you guide us during the building phase of the Q&I platform. As we start this new journey for Q&I, we look forward to your continued support and guidance. We are also grateful to the promoters of India Today Group who have been guiding us in this endeavor. we have now reached the end of our program for today, and I request everyone to have lunch with us. And the lunch has been served on the other side of the hotel. So our team would guide you how to reach there. You can leave your stuff here, and once you have lunch, and then we can come back and collect our bags and our folders. And I would also like to make an announcement here that we'll be taking some bites. We'll be taking some feedback from teachers, educators, and the students, and which we will be using on our live media. So probably maybe on the YouTube or the other social media platform which we'll be using. So I would request everybody to participate in that as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, also would like to submit your feedback forms before leaving.